Hello Commanders, Commander Plater here, back with another Elite Dangerous video, and today we're going to be talking about Interstellar Initiatives. Quick bit of background here, Interstellar Initiatives were originally positioned as a replacement for community goals. This began with a withdrawal of community goals back in March 2019. At this point, we were all interested to see what they would be replaced by. Then, on the 18th of April 2019, we were told what the first Interstellar Initiative would contain. And so began Bridging the Gap, which essentially began with a vote on the forums. Not the most engaging content to start with, and there was lots of feedback given to the effect. We were also given a very well presented and well put together video explaining what would be happening and the motivation behind it. After 2 weeks, the in-game event then began, with the new megaship ferry going back and forth between the chosen Guardian system and Zendi. Of course, this particular journey could be made in 20 to 30 minutes in most reasonably equipped ships, so it was very much a convenience thing. Another week went by with no activity. Phase 2 then began on May the 16th, with a faction requesting Guardian commodities. At this point it was clear Interstellar Initiatives would simply be fluff around community goals. There was no other side to the CG, and of course it succeeded. We did gain the ability to farm Guardian materials from USSs though, which is actually pretty handy. The rewards for the CG included the addition of a Guardian tech broker at the target station. Only small issue here is that unlocking Guardian tech requires commodities to unlock them, not just the Guardian materials. So you'd either have to buy the commodities then fly them out there, or get the materials and fly back to the bubble, which makes the whole point of having a Guardian tech broker out there a bit pointless considering the poor outfitting options. It only has a medium pad. Phase 3 then started the same day that Phase 2 ended, with another faction being forced into the system and a war beginning. There was some BGS messing around in order to get them there, and it did affect a player faction, but just touching on that. Each of the factions were offering different advanced weapons as a reward. Only issue here is that most commanders taking part would have likely been in non-combat vessels, and combat vessels typically don't have great jump ranges. So, you're going to take the ferry back, right? Only issue here is that the ferry only goes once a week, which means you can't get it both ways without waiting 7 days, and therefore missing the entire community goal, which means you have to do all the jumping back and forth manually. So the ferry was pretty pointless for this activity. The ferry does remain in place and can make things easier in order to get Guardian tech for unlocks in the future. May the 30th came and the advanced multi-cannon was the reward. I'm not going to talk much about the weapons here, as they have pretty much the same stats as fixed multi-cannons and can be engineered. They also have the ability to use synthesis to make them anti-Thargoid weapons, but the synthesis has quite a high cost. Very few players were happy with the rewards. Okay, that's all great, but where are we now? The second Interstellar Initiative, the Enclave, has begun, and is based around Thargoid meta-alloys. The current goal being the exploration data is delivered to the Oracle in the Delphi system. This is not new gameplay. The series of events are likely to be easy to predict from here, and it will likely be the exploration CG, an anti-Thargoid CG, and the result will be a number of new barnacle meta-alloy sites. This will take maybe 3 weeks to come to fruition, again with lots of stuff around it outside of the game. I honestly hope I'm wrong. The reception to the announcement video on YouTube has been overall negative, and the comments are not very kind at all. So by now you might be able to tell I'm not super impressed with the Interinis. Yes, that is what I'm calling them, but why am I not impressed? Well, I'm going to tell you. We were promised new content. We don't have new content. We have old content rebranded and a storyline that doesn't take place in the game. The videos, whilst well made and well presented perfectly by Will Flanagan, fall flat, as simply they aren't what people want in game. The Thargoid story initially began with some really well made animations which, whilst not in game, made you want to sit down and fire up the game with your friends and take out some Thargoids. These new videos don't. Give us Galnet video in game instead of walls of text read out by a text-to-speech reader. I know it's more work, but surely more people playing the game and therefore being more likely to tell others to play it and spend more money on it would make it worth it. It's tough to remain objective with things like this and look at things from both sides, but with limited communication from Frontier developments except, we have seen your feedback and then they go on to reproduce the exact same gameplay and format, leaves you very little to go on and can obviously skew your opinion. I've always felt that gameplay and story of a game should be in the game, and content should not be gated with excessive amounts of grind. You could say then maybe I need to find a different game, but Elite Dangerous is a game that many of us have put thousands of hours into and still very much enjoy the communities we've found ourselves in because of it, and would like to continue to enjoy the game and content before the 2020 update arrives. So, over to you Commanders. I want to hear your constructive ideas that Frontier could put in place to make Interstellar Initiatives more appealing and successful. Remember, keep it constructive. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and whilst you're there, please turn on notifications so you get an alert every time I put a new video out. Also, if you are looking to support the channel, please check out the links in the video description as there are a couple of different ways to do so. Well, once again, thank you for watching. Commander Plater, out.